Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. And keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as, investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. Alright folks, here we are on Wednesday, March 20th. We're going to take a look at Chewy today. So with earnings coming up, I thought we'd come and see where it might hit some support or resistance, whether it booms or busts based off of earnings, and of course some levels that it might kind of pin itself to if it does move relatively sideways. Now Chewy is one of these long distressed stocks. Recent swing low is its low, so there's not much or any price action to go off of below that 1578 level, and even then to get something under 17, pretty thin price action. So just keep in mind there may develop some more granular levels in between these, especially between that 1673 and that 1910. That's a huge percentage range. And so we're just sort of waiting for price action to develop. But in the meantime, if it does sort of stay within that range of 1673 and a 1910, you know, some more levels will develop. But these were, I felt, the strongest levels that I can pick out of the chart, and we'll see how it goes. Of course, that 1578 coming in, I would expect if it does dip and it doesn't have like a catastrophic fail, I'd actually look for it to hold something here, like just above 16, maybe 16, yeah, like really just above, like maybe 1604 up to about 1625 or so. You know, that may look something like a decent double bottom-ish if it's able to hold it. But if it dips that much on earnings, and keep in mind like that $1.20 is a huge percentage shift in a stock of this price, or a pretty big percentage shift in a stock of this price. So if it does sort of have that bearish selling pressure against it, I don't know that it'll be able to hold that 16. And of course, you know, plenty of opportunities to gap on earnings, so it may just skip some levels altogether. But if it does push 1910, 2089, 2288, and 2495, again, I tried to pick out what I felt were the strongest levels to the upside, but there are certainly some more granular levels in between these, so just keep that in mind. These were just the ones that I felt didn't clutter up the chart too much, but still provided sort of some goalposts, if you will, levels that I felt were pretty strong. Now, if it does, over the weeks and months, whatever, continue to get some legs, some tailwinds, what have you, 28.27 and then 31.97. But you see how thin some of this price action is because it's just sort of moved through there relatively quickly. I didn't spend a ton of time. I pulled most of the levels from back here, so they're quite a few years old at this point, but it seemed like it had the best sort of opportunity to grab some stuff. Now, Thinkorswim side of things. Way back here, we had a trigger and a fire that set off this cataclysmic drop. Really good call out there by the TTM squeeze indicator. Took the price from about 36 or so all the way down to 17 or so. So yeah, really good call out. Came back in then and pressed the upper bound of the channel and then kind of batted itself around a bit, got some relief up out of the channel, but very quickly lost that. So not a huge sort of impulse to hold, you know, bullish strength in that sort of setting. So we'll see how that plays out if there is a move upward. But then just kind of hugging the lower bound of the channel and then recently moving back up to the mid-range, but not being able to get any pressure on the upper bound of the channel. So if it does stay within the channel on earnings, right now 1581 is the lower bound of the channel, 1896 is the upper bound of the channel, and that mid-range of the channel is something around, it's showing it to me here periodically, something around 1740 or so. It looks like, if I just eyeball it, 1740 something. So we'll see if that comes into play, but really sort of just chill vibes on the histogram right now. No real movement, maybe just sort of the market kind of waiting, especially in such a long distressed stock, to see what the actual report says and then sort of blend that with the sentiment and where the price has been taken over previous months and years. All right, folks, I hope that you've had a happy hump day, and as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.